Mike Tyson is one of the biggest icons of boxing, and if you're wondering why, well, his dominance and ferocity inside the squared circle were unmatched. However, athletes often come across big hurdles while chasing greatness, and that's what happened with Tyson when he fought James "Buster" Douglas in 1990. And guess what? This loss was a heartbreaking memory for UFC commentator Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has always claimed to be a big fan of Mike Tyson, whom he still finds intimidating even to this day. He recently revealed the story of the day when he learned about Iron's upset loss to James Douglas. Rogan revealed that he was in a gas station when he heard about Tyson's first professional defeat, and it shocked him as he couldn't comprehend the icon falling short against an opponent that not many people were expecting to get the better of him. The UFC commentator didn't watch the fight live, but went back home to watch the replay after hearing about Mike Tyson's loss. But guess what? The aura that the boxing icon carried made Joe Rogan hope that the 58-year-old would come out on top even when the boxing match against James Douglas was over and done with. Me, as a child. I remember when I was a kid, when he lost to Buster Douglas, I didn't watch it until after the fight, Joe Rogan told guest Jim Lampley on JRE 2346. I watched a replay of it, and I still expected him to win. You know how crazy that is. Like, that's the kind of aura that Mike Tyson has, Joe Rogan added. I heard about it, the fight's result, in a gas station. Someone told me at a gas station. I was getting gas. And I heard, did you hear Mike Tyson got knocked out? And I remember pumping gas, and saying, what the F are you talking about? For real. Some fans may wonder what went wrong with Mike Tyson since he went more than 30 fights unbeaten before fighting Buster Douglas. Well, Jim Lampley, who's also a combat sports commentator, shared his take on what he thought went wrong with Iron Mike. Hey, race what he had to say. Jim Lampley worked as the voice of HBO World Championship Boxing for over 3 decades and has seen some of the best boxing matches of all time. But when it came to Mike Tyson's fight against James Douglas, he was seated in the crowd as it took place in Japan. Lampley told Joe Rogan how he went there with a preconceived notion that Tyson was going to do a quick work of his opponent. But as Iron struggled to get his bearings straight, it was clear to Lampley that Tyson did not prepare well. I'm watching the rounds in Tokyo, and I've arrived in Tokyo with a firm opinion that Mike is going to knock this guy out in 1, 2, or 3 rounds or something like that, Joe Rogan's guest claimed. As the rounds go on and you're watching the debacle unfold, you realize that the preparation might not be all there. And Douglas is getting more confident. And Douglas is landing his jab, and hooking off the jab. Well, Mike Tyson's loss to James Douglas is still considered to be one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. But that did not take away the fact that Iron has achieved some great things in boxing. After all, he's the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Nevertheless, let us know what you thought about Tyson's loss to Douglas in the comments down below.